We shall continue with the chapter Revolt against the British Rule. In this episode, we shall discuss the causes for the revolt of 1857, in particular the political causes as well as the economic causes. We shall start with the political causes. The British annexation policy, which they followed and were very successful at, particularly seen in the annexation of Burma, Assam, Coorg, Sindh, Punjab, and Awadh, caused great discontent among the natives. Lord Dalhousie had a very important role to play during this phase. His doctrine of lapse, wherein he deprived the kingdom and the kings of enthroning any adopted son, was a very important factor. Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi herself was deprived of enthroning her adopted son. It is said that Lord Dalhousie annexed 8 states in 8 years. In particular, the annexation of Awadh was the most brutal and unjustified form of aggression. The policy of depriving pension to Nana Sahib, the son of Peshwa Bajirao II, caused great discontent and dislike among the Hindus. The British policy of aggrandizement coupled with broken promises and oaths, their policy of subsidiary alliance, wherein the kingdom which was a part of this alliance were to station a British resident along with British troops in their kingdom, their policy of effective control. Now, what this meant was the ruler had absolute authority and power, and the ruled or the natives had unquestioned faith and obedience in the ability of the ruler and their power to rule. Absolute sovereigntyship. Now, this means that the final and supreme authority was vested with the Britishers. Now, this summarizes the political causes for the revolt of 1857. Now, we shall move into the economic causes. Now, economic exploitation led to the drain of wealth. The Britishers were very successful in destroying the Indian industry, which crippled the trade and the Indian manufacture. The Britishers levied heavy protective duties on the Indian goods to Britain. In turn, the British goods were cheaply imported into India. Now, this caused a great deal of loss to the Indians or the natives. The machine goods which were produced in the industries of England flooded the Indian markets with their cheap rates. They were very successful in killing competition. The exorbitant land revenue, owing to the permanent Yatwari Mahalwari systems coupled with the summary evictions, led to the impoverishment of the peasants. The Inam Commission of Bombay confiscated 25,000 estates in the Deccan region. It is said that there were an outbreak of 7 famines in the early 19th century, which was one of the major reasons for the economic revolt against the Britishers. The destruction of Indian handicrafts, which the Britishers successfully followed, was summarized by one of the Marxist thinkers when he said, "It was the British intruder who broke up the Indian handloom and destroyed the spinning wheel." In Awadh, 21,000 talukdars were evicted and their estates were confiscated, and their social position can be said as a very deplorable and deprived state, and it can be summarized as under: they were unable to work, ashamed to beg, and condemned to penury. Now, this summarizes the economic causes for the revolt of 1857. Thank you.